3 months after Susie was taken, the kidnapper calls. The caller asked Dan if he wanted his sister back, and Dan, of course, said yes. But the kidnapper said he couldn't release Susie or he'd be caught. The caller then hung up.
On the night of June 24th, 1974, just hours before the anniversary of Susie's kidnapping, Mrs. Yeager went to bed. At 3:30 a.m., she heard their phone ring. The first thing the caller said was, "Is this Susie's mom? This is the man who took her from you 1 year ago to the minute." Mrs. Yeager asked the caller if the family could have Susie back, and the caller hung up. But fortunately, the kidnapper called back a few minutes later. He said he was in control and was too smart to get caught. The caller assured Mrs. Yeager that he and Susie were having fun and traveling all over the place.
A month after the phone call, a rancher in Montana called the sheriff's office to report that someone had tapped into his telephone line and made long-distance calls. One of the calls was at 3:30 a.m., and the second call was just a few minutes later. Investigators asked for the names of anyone who had worked or currently worked at the ranch, as well as anyone who knew the ranch well. Among the list of names was a former employee, David Meyerhofer, and it turned out that he'd been a communications specialist while in the Marines. They used the recording of the kidnapper when he had called Mrs. Yeager on the anniversary of Susie's kidnapping, as well as his interview that he had with detectives when they questioned him about Sandra's murder, and it came back as a match.